Hey, how are you guys doing? I wanted to pop in and talk to you a little bit about um, the choices that you make and how they impact your journey. So I did my workout and my knees are just crazy. I did a lot of walking the last couple days, typically with a kid on my back, and my knees are just aching. Did a workout tonight. It wasn't super high impact, and I'm gonna sit nice my knees. So pardon me while I'm in the recliner while I'm talking to you. But I wanted to put an idea in your head. One of my mentors was talking the other day about choices, and she had some things that really impacted me. And one of the things that she said that really impacted me was that when you make a decision, every decision you make either moves you farther on your goals or takes you back. And I've talked a little bit before about how there is no moving backward, that we're failing forward, and you're not the person that you were when you started your journey. And that's all true. But it's also true that there is no staying the same. You're either making progress or you're losing progress. Okay? And I want you to think about every action that you take, every bite that you eat, every decision that you make. Is this part of your purpose? Is this part of your goals? Is this part of why you are making the sacrifices that you're making? Is this furthering you, or is this holding you back, this decision? There are times that it's worth it to have the glass of wine or to have the birthday cake or whatever. And people ask me like, well, but Sarah, I like pancakes. It's a tradition in our family to have pancakes on Sunday. So eat a pancake. Count it as your carbs. Now, are pancakes healthy carbs? No, they're not healthy carbs. Come on, you don't need me to tell you that. Two things are true. One, don't eat pancakes and then still eat all of your other carbs for the day. You gotta at least count it against your carbs, okay? But don't throw the whole day out the window either. I would also say if your family has pancakes every single Saturday morning, vary them. Have amazing, nice, fluffy pancakes. I have friends who do birthday pancakes, and she makes pancakes with like cake mix and sprinkles for somebody's birthday. If that's your family's tradition, knock it out of the park, friends. Okay, not everybody has a million kids with all their birthdays within 2 months of each other like I do. I kid you not. 4 of my 5 children have birthdays within a 2-month time span. So we eat a lot of cake between the end of January and the end of March. But most people aren't like that. So if you have a special tradition, go for it. But if you have pancakes every single Saturday, maybe vary them. You want to talk? I have a good pancake recipe that only uses eggs and bananas. That's it. That's all that's in that recipe. Okay, you can make a good pancakes out of oats. You can make protein-rich pancakes. You can add other things to them to make them a little more nutrient dense and a little less empty. But if you want to eat a pancake, eat a pancake. But if you eat pancakes every week, you're not going to reach your goals. You're not. That is not a healthy choice as an ongoing thing for reaching your goals. You also might be in a situation where you have to give up something for a time. Okay, I'm going to give up drinking wine for a time. I'm going to give up sugar for a time. I'm going to give up cake for a time. Lara bars. That might not be something that you can have in your life right now. Does that mean you never can? Does that mean they're not a good option? That's for somebody that is further on in their journey. Maybe you need to back away. I used to eat Lara bars like it was my job, right? Because I'm like, oh, these are healthy. I can have as many as I want. You can't. So just think about your choices, right? And I don't want this to be a coming down on you. I want this to be an encouragement to you. Everything that you do, ask yourself, this feels good right now, but how's this going to feel tomorrow? How's this going to taste? I mean, I hope you're not still tasting it tomorrow, but what kind of taste is this going to leave in my mouth tomorrow? Okay? If I sleep in and I don't get up to do my morning routine, how is that going to feel later on in the day? What's it going to be like? What's my day going to be like? How am I going to feel tonight when I wake up in the middle of the night because my stomach is a mess because I ate crap all day, versus if I fuel my body well and get some sleep. Okay? How bad do you want what you're working for? Do you want it bad enough to make the sacrifice right now that you need to make to further that goal? How bad do you want it? I can't tell you how many times I ask myself that question. Sarah, how bad do you want it? That's the question that gets me out of bed in the morning, because frankly, my bed is very comfortable. It's very dark. It's very snuggly. I have all my pillows arranged just the way that I like them. My husband thinks I'm crazy because I would use a lot of pillows. They're all just the way I like them. And your pillow is always more comfortable first thing in the morning, right? Right when your alarm goes off, that's the most comfortable sleep position you've ever been in your entire life. How bad do you want it? Well, I want my goals pretty bad. I want my health. I want my fitness. I want some financial freedom for my family. I want a healthy marriage. I want a solid relationship with God. I want those things pretty badly. That's what I'm working on. And so I have to ask myself when my alarm goes off, how bad do you want it, Sarah? What are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to give up in order to get what you need? Dave Ramsey talks about this concept of, he had a special name for it, and you'll have to tell me if you know what it is. I'm hoping Ben comes back through here and he can tell me. But he talks about what you don't spend your money on. So we have a certain amount of money. We give all of our dollars names. Here's what we're going to spend this money on. But when we make those choices, there's something we didn't spend money on. So we just sold our house, and I guess that's going to date this video if you see it sometime in the future. We just sold our house in Cincinnati. And there were a couple things that didn't go the way that we thought they would, and we ended up with less money than we originally thought we were going to end up with, okay? And so we had to make some changes, right? There were some things that we thought we were going to spend money on that we ended up having to not. And it's been really hard, and it's a bit of a mourning process, right? So here are these things that we had budgeted for and had planned for, and there was a sudden change, and now we can't get those things. So the stuff that you do spend your money on costs just as much of your emotion and your time and your thought as the stuff that you don't spend your money on. Same way with your food. I'm going to make these sacrifices, and man, it sucks if I can't participate in the fun thing that other people are doing. Right? If I can't partake in the fun stuff that other people are eating. But I've made my choice, and I've got to bless and release, right? And I have to rest in the knowledge that the choice that I made furthers my goal. It's going to get me to my goal. So back to the pancakes. You want to eat a pancake? You like pancakes? Have a pancake. Maybe have a pancake. Not 4 giant plate-sized pancakes. There's a restaurant in Worcester that, I kid you not, serves red velvet pancakes with like icing, frosting kind of stuff. I'm not gonna lie, they're incredible. But basically, you're getting a red velvet cake. There are 3 pancakes. They're like as thick as your hand, right? And they're stacked up on it. They're plate-sized pancakes. You're essentially eating a red velvet cake for breakfast, and they're incredible. Okay, don't do that. Don't have that. That's not helping you. That's not furthering your goals. That's moving you backwards. That's a choice that moves you backwards. I would not recommend having that as part of your routine. I frankly would not recommend sitting down and eating a whole stack of those at once ever. Like, you could share them with 4 other people and be good on your calorie intake for the day. But that doesn't mean they're not good, and it doesn't mean it doesn't suck that you can't have them, right? There are things that I simply don't eat anymore because it's not worth it to me that I miss. But not as much as I want my goals. Not as much. I don't miss those things as much as I am proud of myself and liberated from the constraints of what was holding me back before in my journey. Now I can move forward with confidence. I'm not perfect, but I recognize those behaviors as mistakes and as roadblocks to my success. I no longer look around bewildered and wonder what the hell happened and how my body got this way. I know exactly how it got this way, and I know exactly what I did and didn't do last week to get back in control of my health, right? I know exactly what I did and didn't do. It's on my calendar, and I know exactly which days I did and didn't do it. I keep track of those things now, because I got to tell you, all those little check marks, when I see that I've drank my Shakeology 15 days in a row, feels good, because I know I fueled my body. When I see that I did a workout, when I look at my week and I say, gosh, I did 4 workouts this week. I'd love to be in a position to do my 5 or 6 workouts in a week. And I'm working towards that, and I'm not there yet. When I look at it, I'm like, I met my goal. I know exactly which days I did my workout. And I know which workout I did on those days, and it feels good. It feels good to do that. I want you to feel that way. I want you to look back, and I want you to say, I started this journey on this date. I started this journey on September 5th. I started this journey on August 31st. I started this journey on June 14th. Whatever day it was, I want you to know. I want you to know when you started your journey, and I want you to feel good about your progress. I want you to feel good about what you're doing now, the decisions that you're making now, the things that you don't do anymore because they were sabotaging your health. I want you to feel good about those things. I don't care how much your scale says you weigh. You know what that number is? That number is your relationship with gravity and nothing else. If you're somebody who needs to lose weight because you were overweight, that number needs to go down. That number for me needs to go down. I cannot spend the rest of my life at the weight that I am now. But my value as a human being is no longer tied to that weight, to that number on that scale. That number on that scale is my relationship with gravity. That's all. The things that count the most are the ways in which I'm changing the culture of my family. The ways in which my children talk about food. The ways in which I look at what counts as a healthy meal. When I make dinner and I think, I need another vegetable. I need to make this substitution to this recipe. I look at these recipes and I know the recipe that I made for dinner tonight. I knew a quick swap. I did 3 quick little things, boom, 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 and made it a cleaner recipe. Didn't even take any thought. Because I know those things now. They're habits, they're patterns, they're part of my life. They're no longer an obstacle to healthy eating. They're no longer an obstacle to my overall wellness. And that's what I want for you. That's the power of the challenge group. It's the power of the personal development. That's the power of the one-on-one relationship with a coach. Those are the things that have the impact on your life that last beyond the month of a challenge. I love you guys. I'm committed to this. I am not going anywhere because I believe in this process, and I believe in you, and I believe in your ability to succeed. I hope that you have a blessed day, and I hope that you hear in your head, how bad do you want it? Which decisions today are going to move me further ahead in my goals? Have a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.